Hello students. Today we are going to see Big M method. In fact, linear programming problem, solving a linear programming problem, there are various methods. First one was graphical method, then we have seen simplex algorithm, and now we are going to see what is Big M method and how we are going to solve the Big M method for a given LPP. Now let us start. Maximize z is equals to x1 minus x2 plus 3x3 subject to the constraints x1 plus x2 less than or equals to 20, x1 plus x3 is equals to 5, x2 plus x3 greater than or equals to 10, x1 comma x2 comma x3 greater than or equals to 0. Now this is the given linear programming problem which has an objective function maximize z is equals to x1 minus x2 plus 3x3 and with a subjective constraint x1 plus 2x2 less than or equals to 20 and x1 plus x2 is equals to 5, x2 plus x3 greater than or equals to 10 and non-negative restriction x1, x2, x3 greater than or equals to 0. Now we got an LPP with the objective function and subjective constraints. In the subjective constraints, we have all varieties of inequality. Less than or equals to and greater than or equals to. If there is an inequation with less than or equals to, we are going to add the slack variable. If the equation is equal to, we are going to introduce artificial variable. Now, the third inequation is greater than or equals to. If there is an inequation with greater than or equals to sign, we are going to subtract a surplus variable and add an artificial variable. Now see how to convert this LPP which is in the canonical form into the standard form, then only we will be able to solve the problem. So let us see how it will be. Subject to constraints, first equation x1 plus x2 plus x1 is equals to 20. Now x1 plus x2 which is already is equals to sign we have, so we are going to introduce an artificial variable a1 and x2 plus x3 which is greater than or equals to, we will add an surplus variable and along with it we are going to add an artificial variable which is equals to 10. Another subject non-negative condition would be a1, a2 are also greater than or equals to 0. Now we have to write the objective function. Maximize z is equals to x1 minus x2 plus 3x3 plus 0 into s1 minus 0 into s2 minus m into A1 minus m into A2. Now, the given LPP, which is in the canonical form, has been transformed into the standard form by introducing, depending upon the inequality which is in the subjective constraint, we have added, if it is less than or equals to, the first inequation is less than or equals to, so we have introduced S1 slack variable, and in the second equation it is equals to, so we have introduced an artificial variable, and the third equation we have greater than or equals to. Here we have introduced a surplus variable. Surplus variable will come with a negative sign, so we have to add an artificial variable. And this is non-restriction condition. It has to be satisfied. So what all we have introduced, we have to make them all positive. And in the objective function, the slack and surplus variables go with the coefficient zeros, and artificial variables which go with minus m. And this m takes a very big value. Let us suppose that, for our convenience sake, it is the biggest value which a computer can take. That is the reason we have given this method's name as Big M method. M is a big value which you can think of, which a computer can take, the large value which a computer can take. Such a big value is the value for M. So, while doing for our convenience sake a big value, we take it to be, let us call M to be 100, because we are going to perform 1 or 2 or maximum 3 iterations. 3 iteration problem, if we consider M to be 100, it's okay. We can do the problem. Now we start applying simplex algorithm to the standard form. Now, CB, YB, XB, X1, X2, X3, S1, S2, A1, A2. CG. Now what are the coefficients of the variables in the objective function? We call those coefficients to be cost. That's why we name it as Cj, cost. So x1 cost is 1, x2 cost is -1, x3's cost is 3, and s1 is 0, s2 is 0, a1 is minus m, and a2 is minus m. Where m takes the value, remember that we will think that m will take the value 100. Now, what is the first equation? How do we convert? 20, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. And the second equation, 5, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1 and 0. Third equation, 10, 0, 1, 1, 0, -1, 0 and 1. Now we have put all the values which are there in the LPP problem converted into a matrix form. Now in this matrix, where is an identity matrix? 1, 0, 0 is at S1, 0, 1, 0 is at A1, and 0, 0, 1 is at A2. Now, what is the cost of S1? 0. Cost of A1 minus M and cost of A2 minus M. Now, find Zj minus Cj. Zj minus Cj is nothing but we are going to multiply with this. 0 into 1 plus minus M into 1 minus M into 0. So, minus M into 1 minus M minus 1. That is, we will take common M plus 1. Now the second one, first row will be 0 anyway, and the second one is M minus 0, 0. Minus M into 1 is 1, minus M, minus of minus plus. Minus M plus 1. The third equation, minus M plus minus M, that is minus 2M minus 3. You take minus common, 2M plus 3. Now here 0 minus 0, 0. And this one, minus M into minus 1, and the remaining two are zeros. Here is also 0. Then here 0, minus M and plus M, it will be 0. Minus M, minus of, then this is minus M, minus of minus. Now, which one is the most negative value here, which we have to choose now? Our next step is choose the most negative value in Zj minus Cj here. Now, before starting the class, I said bigger method M takes a big value. Let us consider our M to be 100. So, the value here will be 100 plus 1, 101 minus 101. And here it would be this is minus 101 and this is minus 100 plus 1 minus 99, and here it would be 2M plus 3, that is 200 plus 2 is 203 minus 203, and this is 100. So which one is the most negative one? Obviously, the most negative one is x3. The variable x3 will enter the basis. That means, here our ratio would be xp by x3. Now the ratio would be xb by x3. Now 20 divided by 0 is equal to undefined infinity. 5 divided by 1, which is equal to 5, and 10 divided by 1 is equal to 10. Now which one is the least one? 5. Now second row will enter and third column will be entering. So our pivotal element would be 1. Now what is the condition here? Whichever basis is entering, there we have a pivotal element. Pivotal element should be equals to 1 and the remaining elements in that column should become 0. That we will do with the matrix transformation by applying. Now how do we do? We see. YB, XB, X1, X2, X1, S2, A1, heat. Now, here in this problem, our pivotal element already it is 1. So we need not change anything. We can put our second row as it is. 5, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Oh. 3, S1, S2, A1, heat. Now, 5, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Our pivotal element equals to 1 and the condition is that the other element in that column should be 0. Now see the first row. Here already 0 is there. So there is no need for the transformation. So we write this as it is. 20, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Now this element also should become 0. Here it is 1, so we have to perform some matrix conversion. So what do we do? This is old R3 minus new R2. Where is our pivotal element? It is in the second row. So in second row, with respect to this new row, pivotal element row, we have to perform the operation. Now old R3 values are what? 10, 0, 1, 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1. And new R2 is 5, minus 1, minus 0, minus 1, minus 0, minus 0, minus 1 and minus 0. 10 minus 5, 5, minus 1, 1, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 1, 1. Now if we write the values here, 5, minus 1, 1, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 1 and 1. Now check where we got the identity matrix. 1, 0, 0 is at S1, 0, 1, 0 is at X3 and 0, 0, 1 is at A2. Now what is the cost of S1? S1 cost is 0, X3 cost is 3, A2 cost is minus M. Again we have to find out. These are all repetitive things. If you practice the problems, how many other problems if you practice, that much perfection you are going to get to solve the problem. It is like every iteration you have to perform same operation. You have to do Zj minus Cj, you have to see whichever is the most negative, then that basis will enter and you have to find out the ratio at the extreme right, xp by the base which is entering, whether it is x1 or x2 or x3, then you find out the ratio. In the ratio you see whichever is the least value and that row will enter. Here the column already entered. The intersection of row and columns will become pivotal element. That pivotal element you have to convert it into 1. If it is not 1, if it is 1 in this problem it was, so we have written the same. And the remaining element in that column we have to make zeros. Every iteration same. And after finishing this, we have to see whether we have attained the optimal solution or not. Until and unless we attain it, we are going to solve it. So, Zg minus Cg. Now, 0 into 1 plus 0 into 3 is 3. 3 plus m. Minus 1, that is 2 plus m. And next 0, 0, minus m, minus of 1, minus m plus 1. Now here 3 minus 3, it is 0. Then it is 0, all are 0, 0 minus 0, it will be 0. Next m into minus 1, m minus 0 is m. Now this is 0. 3 plus m minus m. 2 plus 3 plus m. That is 5 plus m. Minus m into 1 minus m plus m, it is 0. Now is there any negative value? This is 0, this is positive, this is positive, this is 0, 0. Here it is 0, but this is negative. That means your x2 is entering the basis. We have to find out the ratio xb by x2. xb by x2. Now, what is xb here? 20 divided by x2 is 1, which is equal to 20. Then 5 divided by 0, which is infinity. And then 5 divided by 1, it is equal to 5. That means this is the least value it will enter. The third row is entering and the second column is entering, and the intersection part is 1, which is pivotal element. Now here pivotal element is 0. Again this row you have 0, pivotal element is 1, and the other corresponding element in that column is 0. Now we have to do only one operation. This element we have to convert it into 0. That we will do. Students, you have to practice the problems. Simplex algorithm only we are going to use to solve all the methods, whether it is the simplex method or whether it is bigger method, and coming one more procedure is there, that is two-phase method. In all these problems we are going to apply simplex. And until and unless you practice them, you are not going to get the perfection in solving. And the third row, our pivotal row would be 5 minus 1, 1, 0 and a 0, minus 1, minus 1 and 1. Now the corresponding pivotal element column we have to make it 0. Already 0 is there. So 5 we write as it is 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Now I have to make this as 0. How do I make that as 0? Old R1 minus 1 minus 1, if I do, it will become 0. New R3. So old R1 is what? 20, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. and mu R3 minus 5 minus of minus 1 minus of 1 minus 0 minus 0 minus of minus 1 minus of minus 1 minus 1. So it is 15 2 0 0 1 1 1 minus. So it is 15 2 0 0 1 1 1 minus 1. Now you see, where is our identity matrix? 1 0 0. 1 0 0 is S1, 0 1 0 x3, 0 0 1 x2. Cost of S1 0, cost of x3 3, cost of x2 minus 1. Now our next step would be find Zj minus Cj. Yes. Zero into 2, 0. 3 ones are 3. 1 into 1, 1. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 minus 1, 3. 3 into 0, 0. Minus 1 into 1, 1. That is minus 1. Minus of minus 1 would be 1 minus 1 plus 1. It is 0. Now 0, 3, 0. 3 minus 3, 0. Next 3 into 0 minus 1 into 0 and 0. 3 into 0 and minus 1. 1 minus 0, it is 1. Next 3, 1, 4. 4 minus of minus 7. 4 plus n, and the last one 0, and here minus of minus 1 plus 1. So it is minus 1 plus n. All the values, if you notice, this is positive, these are zeros, this is positive, 100 plus 4, 104, and 100 minus 1, 99. So we have got all Zj minus Cj is positive. That means there is no basis entering which is negative most value is there, that basis should enter. We got all the positives, so we will stop our problem here and see what all we got and what is our solution. Now, therefore, what are the values? S1 is equals to 15, x3 is equals to 5 and x2 is equals to 5. We got the value. x1 is equals to 15, x3 is equals to 5, x2 is equals to 5. Now our maximum z, what they have given, maximum z is equals to x1 minus x2 plus 3x3. x1 value we do not have here, so it is 0. x2 value is 5 plus x3 value is 5 again. So 5 minus 5 plus 15 and your answer is 10. The solution for the given LPP where you have subjective constraints to all mixed subjective constraints. One was less than or equals to, the second was equal to, and the third was greater than or equals to. So first subjective constraint, since it was less than or equals to constraint, we have introduced a slack variable as S1. and the second equation it was is equal to. So we have introduced an artificial variable which we call as a1, and the third inequation was greater than or equals to. If the inequation is of type greater than or equals to, we are going to introduce surplus variable, and along with the surplus variable we have to introduce an artificial variable a2. So in the objective function there shouldn't be any change. We have introduced slack and a surplus and artificial variables. Those coefficients also we have to introduce in the objective function. For the slack and surplus variable, the coefficients were 0 and 0. For artificial variables a1 and a2, we have introduced minus m, where m is a big value. Big means the computer, which is the last value a computer can take, that much should be your artificial variable coefficient. Now we have applied our simplex method, and we saw whichever value is zj minus cj, most negative one, that basis will enter, and we will find out the ratio xb by that row whichever is entering, and in that the least minimum value we will take, and the intersection of a row and a column we call it as pivotal element. Always pivotal element should be 1, and corresponding elements in that column should be 0. Here we will convert the pivotal element into 1 by matrix operation transformation, and the same way remaining elements also to 0 we will convert them and do. Now after converting and seeing whichever is the negative mode, that will leave the base, and we will find out our identity matrix where it has shifted. To this particular problem, we have started our identity matrix at S1, S2, S3. But in the second iteration, our S2 gave way and we got X3. And in the one more iteration, S3 went off and X2 has entered into the basis. Same way, the third iteration we got all the positive values. If we get our Zj minus Aj to be all positive, we will stop there, and then we will read our answers to be x3 as 5 and x2 as 5. There is no x1, that means x1 takes the value 0, and those values we will substitute in the maximum z in the objective function, and we will get our answer. To this particular problem, the solution is 10, and your x1 value is 0, x2 value is 5, and x3 value is 5, so that by solving this problem to this particular, with this solution, this is the solution, and if you practice such a problem 2-3 at home, I think you will perfect the procedure. We have seen simplex algorithm, maximum way, minimum way, and now we are seeing Bigam method. In the next class we are going to see two-phase method. If you people practice simplex algorithm problem continuously, I think you will master. Thank you.